Right. So secondary cells. Tell me, what is or what are secondary cell? The cell in which once the chemicals are consumed, so further reaction takes place, and they can be recharged and regenerated by passing the current from external source called secondary cell. There are two types of secondary cell. There are two examples, not types. There are two examples. One. So first one is lead storage battery and nickel cadmium battery or nickel cadmium cell. So first one is lead storage battery. Tell me, lead storage battery. In lead storage battery, what is the anode, cathode and electrolyte? So tell me, first one is anode. So what is the anode? Spongy lead, right? That is a sponge, Pb. Next is, what is the cathode? Lead oxide, PbO2. And what is the electrolyte? It is a 30. This was the previous CT question. The electrolyte in lead storage battery, 38% sulfuric acid. It is asked in CET. Okay. So 38% sulfuric acid. It means there is a aqueous sulfuric acid. Water plus sulfuric acid will be there. Okay. Next reaction at anode and cathode. Now what is the reaction at anode? At anode oxidation takes place and at cathode reduction takes place. No. Tell me, their anode is lead. Sponge lead, nothing but lead. So lead converts into lead sulfate, right? In order to lead converts into lead sulfate, lead plus sulfate, okay, combine. But lead beginning, lead converts into lead plus 2, Pb plus 2, plus 2 electron will be released. That is PbSO4 plus 2 electrons. It is oxidation. Next is at cathode. Cathode is lead oxide. This lead oxide also converts into what? Lead sulfate. Therefore, now in lead oxide converts into lead sulfide, 2 oxygen has to be removed. In order to remove 2 oxygen, 4 H plus should be taken and SO4 minus 2 plus 2 electron. No, it change, not 4 electron. Yesterday we took 4 electron. It is not 4 because it is a minus 2 minus 2, no. Minus 2 minus 2 minus 4 plus 4, balance. Then it becomes what? PbSO4 plus how many water molecule? 2 H2O water molecules. Okay, please change. Yesterday we took, it is a 4 electron, you make it 2 electron because it balanced, no. Minus 2, 2 electron, minus 4, it is plus 4. Okay. Then next is, what is the cell reaction? So in cell reaction, there are 2 electron here, 2 electron, and Pb plus PbO2 plus SO4, 2 SO4 minus 2 and H plus ion or 4 H plus, it gives rise to PbSO4, 2 PbSO4 plus 2 H2O. Okay. Tell me, this is the cell reaction. So when this is cell reaction? When, during discharge or recharge. So this cell reaction, anode cathode reaction during the cell discharge, right? Therefore this reaction during cell discharge. So cell discharge, it is nothing but when current is drawn from the cell, right? Therefore these reactions when current is drawn from the cell. Okay, so therefore next is, but it is secondary cell. In secondary cell both the even charging also possible, right? It can be recharged. Then so therefore during the cell reaction, during recharge, tell me, So what is the cell reaction during recharge? It's quite opposite, no? Here products are PbSO4 and 2H2O. These products convert into reactant. It means 2PbSO4, they become now reactant, and 2H2O, then it gives rise to Pb plus PbO2 plus 2SO4 minus 2 plus 4H plus. It means when current is passed from external source, then what happen? These products again converts into reactant. Okay, now you will get PbSO4 to H2O. Okay, when you get reactant, again this reactant converts into product. That means again now current can be discharged. That means can be drawn. So therefore this is a reversible, right? Next, second example is, I have taken this. Okay, so what is the current? 2.05 volt electric current will be produced by this cell. Next is, so another secondary cell is nickel cadmium, write down, nickel cadmium cell or nickel cadmium battery. Right, in nickel cadmium cell, what is anode, cathode and electrolyte? So anode is, it is a cadmium, and cathode is nickel oxide, and electrolyte is, see, in case of lead storage battery, what is electrolyte? It is a 38% sulfuric acid, this is acid. So acid is a electrolyte in lead storage battery. Here is a base, usually KOH taken. So base is a electrolyte, KOH or NOH can also be taken. Then let's say reaction at anode. Reaction at anode. Tell me, what may be the reaction at anode? Oxidation. So therefore, which is anode here? Cadmium. So since cadmium is a anode, this cadmium undergo oxidation. But see here, now there is a similarity. Now here, which is anode here? Lead. Lead is a anode, it undergo oxidation. Actually lead gives rise to Pb plus 2. Okay, lead converts into Pb plus 2. But this Pb plus 2 combining with SO4. SO4 from what? SO4 minus 2 from the electrolyte, because electrolyte containing SO4 minus 2 ion. Now similar reaction can be expected here, right? Cadmium, it undergo oxidation. Then what is the electrolyte? KOH. In KOH, which is anion? OH minus. Take 2 OH minus. Tell me, cadmium gives rise to first cadmium plus 2. That cadmium plus 2 plus 2 OH, what do you get? Cadmium hydroxide plus. That's it. 2 electron. Exactly similar to this. If you understand this, that is very easy. Here lead convert into lead sulfate. There cadmium convert into cadmium hydroxide, because here electrolyte is sulfate ion, electrolyte containing hydroxide ion. That's it. Next is reaction at cathode. So at cathode, now here which is the cathode here? Nickel oxide. In case of lead storage battery, which is the cathode? Lead oxide. Here lead oxide, there nickel oxide. Tell me, this lead oxide converts into lead sulfate. Now tell me, nickel oxide has to convert into nickel hydroxide. That's it. Nickel hydroxide. But here gain of electron, no. Electron has to be gain. So therefore, nickel oxide has to convert into nickel hydroxide. What should be taken? There is a water. Water is taken. Therefore, now tell me, there are how many oxygen? 2 oxygen. So therefore, you take it, it is a 2. Now total, how many hydrogen? 2 to the 4 hydrogen. How many oxygen? 2 plus 2, 4 oxygen. That means 4 hydrogen, 4 oxygen. So we will see electron first. Okay. Nickel hydroxide, no. Along with nickel hydroxide, still there is a 2 OH minus extra. Yes or no? because 2 oxygen, 2 oxygen, 4 oxygen, 2 2s are 4 hydrogen. Now tell me, here nickel hydroxide plus 2 OH will be formed. Then 2 OH means product side how many electrons are excess? 2 electrons are excess, therefore add 2 electron. Now it is balanced. Electron balanced in reactant and product. Okay. Then what is the cell reaction? So cell reaction during discharge. Tell me. So during the discharge, what is the cell reaction? Now this is what we have written, it is during discharge only. Cell discharge means when current is drawn from the cell. So here, so 2 electrons balanced, and 2 OH minus 2 OH minus also cancelled. Then cadmium plus nickel oxide plus 2 H2O gives rise to, tell me, cadmium hydroxide plus nickel hydroxide. Okay, tell me, what is the similarity between lead storage battery and nickel cadmium cell? What is the similarity? See, the similarity is not exactly similarity, but same kind of reaction is there. Lead converts into lead sulfate. Here nickel and cadmium converts into nickel sulfate, cadmium sulfate, sorry, hydroxide. Okay, number of electrons are there also 2, here also 2. So it is a cell reaction during discharge. Now write cell reaction during recharge. Cell reaction during recharge. So during recharge, the product convert into reactant product. So therefore, what are the product here? It is cadmium hydroxide plus nickel hydroxide gives rise to cadmium plus nickel oxide plus 2H2O. Okay, it is about a secondary cell. So what is the cell potential of this cell? What is cell? Is it given in NCERT? Do anybody NCERT textbook see it once? Good. So what is the cell potential? Is 1.4 volt. Okay, take down. The cell potential is 1.4 volt. Next is fuel cell, important. Okay, listen. So what is fuel cell and what example we have? See, now so far we have studied primary, secondary cell. In primary cell, once the chemicals are used, so primary cell has to be thrown. It cannot be reused. In secondary cell, once chemicals are used, they can be regenerated. Those chemicals can be regenerated by passing the current from external source. Then by passing external source in opposite direction. Next is fuel cell. So what are the fuel cell? So fuel cells are the cells which are used to produce the electric current by the combustion of fuels. By the combustion of fuels, electric current will be generated. Such such kind of cells are called what? Fuel cell. So therefore, what are the fuels can be used? Like methane or hydrocarbon. The mixture of hydrocarbon is a fuel, like petrol, diesel or LPG, okay, natural gas, etc. Or even you can use methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, they are also fuels. And even you can use hydrogen and oxygen. The combustion of hydrogen and oxygen also be a example for fuel cell. In our syllabus we have oxygen hydrogen fuel cell. This oxygen hydrogen fuel cell is very important. It was used in Apollo space program, okay, to produce the or to get the water, right? When hydrogen combines with oxygen, it forms the water and it also produces electric current. Therefore, electric current used as well as water is for water also used for drinking purpose, right? It is a 2-in-1. Water also be used and current will be produced. No, that can also be used. Okay, so that's what. And it has environmental. It has no effect on environment, because hydrogen combined with oxygen, it doesn't give any harmful gases, right? Whereas the combustion of other fuels like methane, any other hydrocarbon, even methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, they produces CO2. The combustion of any hydrocarbon produces CO2. If it is hydrocarbon undergo partial combustion, it gives CO. CO is still, it is dangerous than carbon dioxide. So that's what. So hydrogen oxygen fuel cell is most important. It is environmental friendly cell. And most important is, so this hydrogen oxygen fuel cell gives the 100% efficiency. The efficiency of the cell is 100%. Okay, usually all fuel cells gives 100% efficiency. Okay, right until here. Fuel cell, the cell which is used to, the cells which are used to produce, the cells which are used to produce, the cells which are used to produce the electric current by the combustion of fuels, by the combustion of fuels like methane, methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, hydrogen oxygen. Called fuel cell, called fuel cell. Example, hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. Next point, right? The efficiency of fuel cell is 100%. That means there is no loss of energy in fuel cells. Their efficiency is almost 100%. Okay, now write hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. H2O2 fuel cell. Listen here. Listen first. This hydrogen oxygen fuel cell consists of two graphite rods. It is a graphite rod and it is also graphite rod. It consists of two graphite rod. These two graphite rod act as a anode and cathode. So one is a anode and it is a cathode. Okay, and so these two graphite rods are, it is impregnated. It means it is nothing but coated. It is coated with finely divided platinum, because the adsorption is increases. So both the graphite rods are impregnated. The word used, impregnated, it is nothing but it is a uniformly coated. So uniformly coated with finely divided platinum to increase the adsorption. Okay, and Okay, so both are the graphite rods, and in between two graphite rods there is a aqueous NaOH or KOH will be taken. That aqueous NaOH or KOH is act as a electrolyte. This is a aqueous base KOH or NaOH, which is act as a what? Electrolyte. Fine. Okay, now tell me. So this is a graphite is anode, that is also graphite, that is also cathode. Both the graphite rods are act as anode and cathode. Now anode, cathode, graphite rod, and electrolyte is aqueous KOH. Now next is what is important? Reaction at anode and reaction at cathode. Okay, now reaction at anode. So here next is a pure and dry hydrogen gas passed into the KOH solution or bubbled into the KOH solution through the anode. This is a anode. So through the anode hydrogen gas is allowed to pass, and through the cathode, this is cathode, oxygen gas is allowed to pass. So remember, don't confuse, through anode H2 gas and through the cathode oxygen gas is bubbled into the where? KOH solution. When the hydrogen gas is bubbled into the KOH through the anode, so therefore at anode which reaction takes place? Oxidation. Now which is involved in oxidation, hydrogen or oxygen? Hydrogen, because hydrogen gas is bubbled into the KOH through the anode, therefore H2 undergo oxidation. Okay, now tell me, oxidation is loss of electron, and moreover H2 is contact with the KOH, no, because KOH solution is this. In KOH, OH minus ion will be there. Therefore, now tell me, H2 plus OH minus, what is expected? Water. How? Say 2 hydrogen, you take here is 2 more hydrogen. So 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, how many oxygen? 2 oxygen. What is this? Water. Plus 2 OH minus, that means 2 electrons. So 2 negative, balanced. It means at anode hydrogen combined with OH minus, it form water and 2 electrons will be liberated. Next, cathode. So here in cathode, oxygen gas is bubbled into the KOH. Here also O2 is bubbled. O2 is bubbled into the KOH through the cathode. Therefore, at cathode which reaction takes place? Reduction. Therefore, which is undergo reduction? Oxygen. So therefore, now take oxygen at cathode. So it undergo what? Reduction. And tell me, reduction is a gain of electron. Therefore, now tell me, gain of electron, it takes the now water. This water, it reacts here. Now tell me, here 2 oxygen, here is 1 oxygen, no? Now take 2 oxygen, 4 oxygen, 4 hydrogen. What did it form? 4 OH minus. 4 OH minus, 4 electrons are more. That means 4 electrons taken here. It gives us to what? 4 OH minus. Balanced or not? Okay. Now tell me, in reduction 4 electrons are gaining, in oxidation 2 electrons are losing. Therefore, multiply first equation with 2. Now it's balanced, no? So therefore, now tell me, after balancing, what is the reaction? So 2 2 is a 4, it is a 4 OH, 4 electron. Tell me, H2, how many H2? 2 H2 plus O2, it gives rise to 4 no? Oh, okay, now here 2 cancelled, no? That is 2 H2O. 2 water, here 2 water can be cancelled, only 2 water left. Therefore, H2 plus O2 gives us to H2O. Therefore, now this is the importance of hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. In hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, of course, electrons are producing, electrons are gaining. Due to releasing and gaining electron, there is a oxidation reduction takes place. When oxidation reduction takes place, there is a transfer of electron from one species to other species. Current will flow, current will be produced. Along with producing current, so H2 combined with oxygen, it gives rise to water. So that water can be used for the drinking purpose. Therefore, because of this reason, so this fuel cell, hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, is used in Apollo space program. Okay. So this is reaction at anode, reaction at cathode is cell reaction. Write down. Have taken diagram? Write first. Hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. It consists of two graphite rods. It consists of two graphite rods, act as two graphite rods impregnated with or uniformly coated with finely divided platinum, impregnated IM, finely divided platinum, act as anode and cathode, cathode. Aqueous KOH taken between two electrodes, aqueous KOH taken between the two electrode, act as electrolyte, Next, a pure and dry oxygen bubbled into the KOH, a pure and dry oxygen bubbled into the KOH through cathode, comma, hydrogen gas bubbled into the KOH, through anode. So now take reaction at anode, reaction at cathode, cell reaction. Okay, finished. Next, write corrosion. What is cell potential? Is it cell potential given in notes in textbook? I think not given. See, textbook not there. You say in material. Write down corrosion. Okay. Okay. So last concept is what is corrosion and what is the factors affecting on corrosion and why corrosion can be studied in this topic. Okay. So it is electrochemistry now. Topic we are studying electrochemistry. So what is the link between corrosion and electrochemistry? So actually corrosion is a general topic now. We could have studied in general topic like environmental issues we have. We supposed to study there, but this corrosion is related to electrochemistry. That's what is the relation between corrosion and electrochemistry also we will study in chemical reactions. Okay, fine. So what is corrosion? Listen first. Corrosion is, see, it is the process of in the corrosion what happen? Metal converts into its undesirable product. No, the process of slow conversion of metal into its undesirable product by the constituents of environment. That means by the constituents of environment like CO2, carbon dioxide, moisture or any other gases, in presence of these environment constituents. So what happens? Metal converts into its undesirable product. So this phenomena is called what? Corrosion. Therefore, what is the corrosion? The process of slow conversion of metal into its undesirable product. For example, rusting of iron. In rusting of iron, iron converts into its undesirable product, that is a Fe2O3. So iron has its own property, like it is malleable, it is ductile, it has a good tensile strength, etc. Right? But when metal converts into ferric oxide, it loses all its properties. Right? Therefore, so metal converts into its undesirable product. So this phenomena called what? Corrosion. Next is, I'll give the notes. Listen first. Types of corrosion. There are usually we study 3 types of corrosion. One, rusting of iron. It's very common. Rusting of iron is a corrosion. Next, even tarnishing of silver and formation of green coating on copper. Formation of green coating on copper. So therefore, there are 3 types of corrosion. One is a rusting of iron. This is very commonly, and you might be observed, you might have seen this. Iron converts into ferric oxide. Ferric oxide is a formula of rust. Ferric oxide XH2O. It is called rusting of iron. Second one is tarnishing of silver. When silver is used for long time, you might have observed there is a black color coating will be formed on silver. That's what it is. Again, it will be given for polishing. Girls ge. That is the formation of black color coating is nothing but which is called tarnishing. Okay, so tarnishing of silver is it is also corrosion. And one more is formation of green coating on copper. Okay, when copper wire is used for long time, there is a green color coating will be formed. That is also one kind of corrosion. There are three type of corrosions, but usually we study in our syllabus we have only rusting of iron is a one important corrosion. Then let's say rusting of iron only. But before going rusting of iron, what are the factors affecting? So factors affecting on corrosion. There are usually 4 factors effects. 1, presence of impurities. 2, presence of electrolyte. 3, it is nature of metal also. And 4, presence of environmental components like CO2, moisture, etc. Okay, first one is presence of impurities. Now tell me, usually if the metal containing impurity that impurity must be less electropositive. If metal containing less electropositive impurities, then it can be corroded easily. For example, you take iron, pure iron, okay, and there is a one more is impure iron. So pure iron, impure iron, but impure iron having impurity, that impurity must be what? Less electropositive. That means a metal containing less electropositive impurities, such metals can be corroded easily compared to pure metal. Therefore, that is presence of impurity. Next is presence of electrolyte. So presence of electrolyte makes corrosion can occur rapidly. For example, let us take corrosion of, that is rusting of iron in pure water, rusting of iron in sea water. Tell me, where the rusting of iron takes place rapidly, whether in pure water or sea water? Sea water, because sea water containing many electrolytes. That means the presence of electrolyte makes corrosion occurs rapidly. That is presence of impurities. Next is nature of metal. So usually we have studied electrochemical series. In electrochemical series, based on electrochemical series, we can divide the metal into two categories. One, the metal which are present below hydrogen, they are having negative SRP. Another is metal having positive SRP, that is above hydrogen. Therefore, but we also know that the metal which are present below hydrogen, they are having negative SRP and they are more reactive. Yes or no? A metal with negative SRP is more reactive, more electropositive. Therefore, a metal with negative SRP, more reactive, more electropositive, and they can be corroded easily. For example, you take iron and copper. Iron is below hydrogen, copper is above hydrogen. Therefore, iron can be corroded easily because it is a more reactive, more electropositive compared to copper. Zinc and copper, zinc can undergo corrosion easily compared to copper because zinc has negative SRP, more electropositive, more reactive. Therefore, nature of metal also decides corrosion whether occur slowly or rapidly. Therefore, usually a metal with negative SRP below hydrogen, they can be corroded easily. Then last one is presence of impurities and presence of environmental constituents like carbon dioxide, moisture, any other gases. Then presence of moisture, carbon dioxide, any other gases makes corrosion occurs rapidly because, for example, rusting of iron. Rusting of iron takes place only in presence of carbon dioxide, moisture. If there is no carbon dioxide, there is no moisture, is it rusting of iron can be expected? No. Right? Therefore, rusting of iron or corrosion can be occurs rapidly in presence of moisture as well as carbon dioxide. So these are the impurities. Now, the important concept is why corrosion we are studying electrochemistry. Since it is a, even though it is a general topic, general concept, we could have studied actually in environmental chemistry. We have in first PUC, right? But we don't study there. We will study in electrochemistry only because rusting of iron is a electrochemical phenomena or rusting or corrosion is a electrochemical phenomena. How the corrosion is a electrochemical phenomena? Corrosion is an electrochemical phenomena. Corrosion nothing but here we study rusting of iron. So rusting of iron is a electrochemical phenomena. It means in electrochemical cell what reaction takes place? Oxidation at anode, reduction cathode, there is a transfer of electron from anode to cathode, current flow is cathode to anode. All these things we have studied now. Example, Daniell cell. So whatever we have studied in electrochemical cell, all electrochemical cell reaction takes place in corrosion. That means, so corrosion is a, or rusting of iron is a what? Electrochemical phenomena. Then questions also can be expected here only. Which reaction takes place, which is not takes place at anode, cathode, and what is electrolyte, so on. Okay. Now let us see how corrosion or rusting of iron is a electrochemical phenomena. Right. So rusting of iron is a electrochemical phenomena because let us take it is a iron. This iron containing even impurity also, because we know that impure iron can be corroded easily compared to pure iron. There must be a impurity. Let us take we have impure iron. Okay. Now tell me, In impure iron, this pure iron and this is the impurity part. You just imagine it is impurity part, right? This impurity part has less electropositivity and iron has more electropositivity. So therefore, now tell me, in impure iron, the pure iron and this impurity act as a electrodes. That means pure iron act as a what? Anode, because it is more electropositive. So pure iron act as a anode and impurity act as a cathode. So therefore, it is a iron is a anode and impurity may be any metal. Okay, it is less electropositive. Therefore, which is a cathode. Fine. Next, for electrochemical reactions, we require electrolyte. Then what is electrolyte? For rusting of iron, will you keep iron in any solution? Rust agli anta bidtirenu bidalalla. Then what is electrolyte? Moisture. Yes, electrolyte is, there is a carbon dioxide is available in atmosphere, right? That carbon dioxide reacts with moisture, atmospheric moisture. Therefore, CO2 plus water, it forms carbonic acid. That means CO2 plus H2O, which gives us to what? H2CO3. That H2CO3 is act as a electrolyte. Okay, imagine, you can imagine like this. It is H2CO3 carbonic acid. Okay. Now anode, cathode and electrolyte is H2CO3 weak acid, carbonic acid. Now can you write the cell reactions? This is only important. Now tell me, what is the reaction at anode? Where, which is anode? Now you just compare with Daniell cell. In Daniell cell, zinc rod placed in zinc sulfate, copper rod placed in copper sulfate. Where, which is anode? Zinc rod. So what reaction at zinc rod? Zinc undergo oxidation, right? Zinc gives rise to zinc plus 2, no? Now here also iron undergo oxidation. Fe gives rise to Fe plus 2 electron. That is oxidation. And next is cathode. Tell me, what is the reaction takes place at cathode in Daniell cell? At cathode, copper rod is placed in where? Copper sulfate. Now here, whether this copper rod involved reaction or Cu plus 2 involved reaction? Cu plus 2, it means electrolyte. At cathode, this electrolyte cation or cation of electrolyte undergo reduction. Therefore here, which is electrolyte here? H2CO3. That means H2CO3 containing H plus ion, no? So therefore, what is the reaction at cathode? 2H plus 2 electron gives rise to H2. So at cathode, hydrogen gas is liberated. At anode, Fe plus 2. Now at cathode, hydrogen gas liberated, that hydrogen gas undergo further oxidation in atmospheric air, H2 plus O2. It undergo oxidation because oxygen available in atmosphere. That H2 can combine with oxygen, atmospheric oxygen, it form H2O, water. Then this water again undergo oxidation. H2O undergo oxidation in presence of electron. Tell me. So no, H2O undergo reduction because H2O plus electron, gain of electron, no. So H2O undergo reduction, it takes up electron. So there water take up electron, and tell me, so what is here? 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. It is half oxygen means 1 oxygen. It forms 2OH minus. That means 2 electron. Yes or no? Water take up electron in presence of oxygen, it form hydroxide. Now this hydroxide now combined with ferrous, which is formed at anode. Ferrous plus 2OH minus, what it form? Ferrous hydroxide. But actually rust is what? Ferric hydroxide, no. Rust is it is actually ferric hydroxide. So therefore it form ferrous hydroxide. That ferrous hydroxide further undergo oxidation. FeOH2 plus it is again reacts with oxygen and water, H2O plus oxygen. Tell me. So therefore here I'll take 2 moles here. It 2 moles FeOH converts into OH2. It is FeOH3. Is it balanced or not? Oxygen, you check the oxygen. 2 to the 4. Here is 6. Balanced or no? Hydrogen balanced or not? 2 to the 4 hydrogen. 4 plus 2 6. Balanced. Oxygen balanced, not balanced. Take half. Now balanced. 4 5 6. Okay. So therefore it is a ferric hydroxide, right? Now this ferric hydroxide, it undergo further decomposition. Fe2 FeOH taken thrice. Okay, it undergo decomposition. What it forms? Fe2O3 plus 3H2O. So ferric hydroxide converts into ferric oxide plus water. So this is a brown color non-sticky substance which is called rust. Okay, so in this way it is a electrochemical phenomena. Okay, next is prevention of rust or prevention of corrosion. How corrosion can be prevented? So there are general methods. One, corrosion can be prevented by one, painting, that is called barrier protection. The barrier of the metal should be protected, no? Means surface of the metal has to be protected, that is called one, barrier protection. In barrier protection, so the surface of the metal is coated with either oil or grease or paints or varnishes, etc., so that the surface of the metal can be protected. So then corrosion can be avoided. Next, 2, galvanization. In galvanization, tell me. So the metal, the surface of the iron usually coated with less electropositive metals, so that the metal surface is coated with less electropositive metals, so that less electropositive metal undergo corrosion not easily. That's what the surface of the one metal is protected by coating with another metal. 2, tinning. So tinning is the process, the surface of the metal is coated with tin. Okay, and alloying. So it is a process of formation of or preparation of the mixture of 2 metals or 2 or 3 metals. Therefore, so instead of having one pure metal, so have the mixture of metal solution. So that is called alloy. So even the formation of alloy also, alloy can prevent the corrosion. So these are the general methods of preventing the corrosion. Okay, read on. First, corrosion, the process of slow conversion of metal into its undesirable product.
पेपर में सर
Okay.
अमाउंट है
अब
फोन क्या बैठे थे सर पेमेंट करना 30,000 का चेक जो कहीं को उनको सर स्कैनर मशीन
तो स्टॉप करो बोलो, ऐसे स्टॉप करो बोलो ना, अमाउंट तुम्हारा से भेजता हूँ।
नहीं सर तो बोला मेरे पास 88 है 112
एक काम करो, क्लास आने पर करते हैं, बोलो 1:30 बजे आते हैं। Right, the process of slow conversion of metal into its undesirable product. The process of slow conversion of metal into its undesirable product by the constituents of environment. By the constituents of environment called corrosion. Right. Types of corrosion. 1, rusting of iron. 2, tarnishing of silver. 3, Formation of green coating on copper. Formation of green coating on copper. Formation of green coating on copper. Okay, next, factors affecting on corrosion. Factors affecting on corrosion. 1. Presence of impurities. Presence of impurities. Right. If the metal contain less electropositive impurities, if the metal contain less electropositive impurities, which makes corrosion occurs, rapidly, which makes corrosion occurs rapidly. Next, presence of electrolyte. Presence of electrolyte, right. So presence of electrolyte makes corrosion occurs rapidly. Presence of electrolyte makes corrosion occurs rapidly. Presence of electrolyte makes corrosion occurs rapidly. Example, rusting of iron. Example, rusting of iron takes place rapidly in sea water. Rusting of iron takes place rapidly in sea water than pure water. Than pure water. 3. Nature of metal. Nature of metal. The metals which are present below hydrogen, the metals which are present below hydrogen in electrochemical series are, the metals which are present below hydrogen in electrochemical series are more electropositive and more reactive. More electropositive and more reactive. Hence they can be corroded easily. Hence they can be corroded easily. Whereas metals present above hydrogen, in electrochemical series are, metals present above hydrogen in electrochemical series are less electropositive and less reactive. Hence they cannot be corroded easily. Next, presence of air and moisture. Presence of air and moisture. Right. Presence of air, moisture and other gases like CO2, SO2. Presence of air, moisture, other gases like CO2, SO2, etc. makes corrosion occurs rapidly. Makes corrosion occurs rapidly. Next point, rusting of iron is a electrochemical phenomena. Rusting of iron is a electrochemical phenomena. Rusting of iron is a electrochemical phenomena. That means why we are studying in electrochemistry. So this is the reason, it is electrochemical phenomena. Write down. Iron and other metal present as a impurity. Iron and other metal present as a impurity. Present as a impurity act as electrodes. Act as electrodes, comma, CO2 dissolved in moisture. CO2 dissolved in moisture to form carbonic acid. To form carbonic acid act as a electrolyte. Act as a electrolyte. Next point, iron being more electropositive. Iron being more electropositive metal. Iron being more electropositive metal undergo oxidation and act as anode. Comma, impurity act as what? Cathode. Impurity act as cathode. Okay. Next, at cathode hydrogen gas is liberated. At cathode hydrogen gas liberated which undergo oxidation in atmospheric air. Which undergo oxidation in atmospheric air to form water. Which undergo atmospheric air oxidation in atmospheric air to form water. Which take up electron. Which take up electron in presence of oxygen. Which take up electron in presence of oxygen to form hydroxide OH minus ion. To form hydroxide ion OH minus ion. Next point, Fe plus 2 ion. Fe plus 2 ion formed at anode. Fe plus 2 ion formed at anode combined with OH minus ion. Combined with OH minus ion to form ferrous hydroxide. To form ferrous hydroxide. Next point. Ferrous hydroxide undergo oxidation. Ferrous hydroxide undergo oxidation in presence of water, ferrous hydroxide undergo oxidation in presence of water to form ferric hydroxide. To form ferric hydroxide. Next point. Ferric hydroxide rapidly undergo decomposition. Ferric hydroxide rapidly undergo decomposition ferric hydroxide rapidly undergo decomposition to form hydrated ferric oxide. To form hydrated ferric oxide, which is called what? Rust. Hydrated ferric oxide, which is called rust. Next point. Rust is a non-sticky brown colored coating of hydrated ferric oxide. Coating of hydrated ferric oxide. Okay, now take all the reactions. See, we have written whatever here, no written, no, we have written in terms of words, that's it. Yes or no? Now take all the equations. Then next, prevention. Bega. Okay, finished. Next, write methods of prevention. Methods of prevention of rust. Methods of prevention of rust. So what is the first method? Barrier protection. 1. Barrier protection. Barrier protection. The process of coating the surface of the metal. Barrier, no. The process of coating the surface of the metal. The process of coating the surface of the metal with oil or paint, or grease, etc., called barrier protection. Next, galvanization. Galvanization, the process of coating the iron with galvanization, the process of coating the iron with zinc metal. Zinc metal is called galvanization. So in galvanization, zinc is coated. The process of coating the metal iron with zinc metal is called galvanization. Next, tinning. In tinning, what is coated? Tin. The process of coating the metal with tin. The process of coating the metal with tin called tinning. Next, electroplating. Electroplating, the process of deposition of metal, the process of deposition of metal over another metal, by passing an electric current, over another metal by passing an electric current, by passing an electric current is called electroplating. Is called electroplating. See, electroplating is a general phenomena, because tinning is electroplating and galvanization also electroplating. In galvanization, zinc is coated on iron. In tinning, tin is coated on iron. So both are comes under electroplating. And last one is formation of alloy. Formation of alloy, the process of mixing the two or more metals, the process of mixing the two or more suitable metals called alloy. Okay, so therefore even alloy also less corroded compared to pure metals. Okay, so these are the process of